What's up, YouTube?
Hey guys, welcome to the Siren Slog. Today we're going to be going through our 1982
Volkswagen
Vanagon
Westfalia
diesel.
A mouthful of words for our camper.
Here she is. She is a lot of work. And I've owned this since 2015, and I did drive it around for quite a few years, and I did live in it at one point. But she's been sitting for a few years now, so we have a lot to do. Let's give you the tour first. Alright, so she's been sitting for a little while, so it's pretty dirty. We can do exterior cleaning, that's no problem, but we've got some mechanical issues that we'll go over in a little bit. But for now, I think we're just going to tackle the interior. But let's take a look at the exterior. We definitely need to get some air in these tires and see if they're still alright. They don't have that much road time on them, but like I said, they've been sitting, so it may be time for new tires. Also, we've got some rust around the whole exterior of the bus, and she might need a paint job. Might be doing that. Definitely have a lot of rust going on up in here, especially on the front of the bus. That wasn't there last time I drove it, so we do have some things to tackle. Where I had the bus parked on my property, I was traveling and living outside the country, and I had the house and vehicles vandalized. This window was broken into, and the neighbor came over and put tape on it for me so that it wouldn't turn into a Florida swamp inside, which I'm very grateful for. But we do have to replace this window, and we're definitely going to try to get some of the sticky stuff off, but I don't know. That might come off when we redo the paint. I'm not sure anymore, so we'll see what happens with that. So we've got our ports here, and they're looking pretty bad. This one's broken here, so we'll definitely replace that. I don't really know about this electrical. It might be okay. And then our water port here is not doing that great. I've replaced this twice already, and I was having a problem with this piece breaking off. Even after doing everything correctly with the manufacturer on the phone, it still broke off. So we don't really know what was going on with that, but we will replace this one again. Our seal on our camper top has come loose on both sides, so we'll have to get that glued back on. Alright, let's get inside and see. Whoa. Okay. So this door is, not, oh, there it goes. Oh, good. Okay. It's just a little, maybe it just needs some oil. Alright, so it looks like we've put some things in here that either didn't have anywhere to be or belong to the bus. I think this is a refrigerator for the bus, maybe. Even though the refrigerator that's in here worked before, I'm not sure. I inherited this bus from my grandpa, and he had some things for it. And some things that he had, I don't really know what he was doing with. I don't know. I can't see this, so I don't know if this was a fridge that was in here before and I've got the new one, or if this was a new one he was gonna do. I have no idea, so we'll get into this box pretty soon. Looks like we've been storing some things in here. I don't know what this is, or if it goes to the, stove parts. We might have a new stove. I'm just waiting for a cockroach. This was a really pretty Afghani rug that I rescued out of the street after Hurricane Matthew, and I gave it new life, but it still fell apart. Both of my buses were covered up for quite a long time. And after about a year of being covered up with the most expensive car covers that I could find for them, the covers had started to deteriorate. So, if you're gonna buy covers for your classic vehicles, definitely go with the most expensive one that you can find, the nicest weatherproof one that you can find, but be aware that they will show wear and tear pretty quick. Here's something peculiar. We've always used those little green Coleman cans. So maybe this was going to be mounted under the bus? Okay, here comes the fridge. This is not the original fridge. I don't know if this is gonna go in this bus at all. I don't think this is ever gonna fit in this bus at all. I don't know. Some surf wax. A few rusty but probably good saws. Got the old box fan from when I lived in here. This thing was, you couldn't live without it. This actually goes in the back. A water hose. This is the old toilet. And unfortunately it's full. These are actually the curtains that snap around the front so that when you're camping you can have a little bit of privacy. I'm just gonna toss this whole thing. There's definitely some poop in here. Can you believe I still ironed even when I lived in a bus?
So I'm going through it trying to see what it takes to start. About 7-8 months ago it did start. It didn't rev up, like the injector pump was bad, but I do see promise. I looked over here and found a Merle Haggard CD, so we need a CD player. That's important. I can't do anything until we get Haggard playing here, but I think that's all it's going to take to actually get it driving is the injector pump fixed, and then of course tires, so forth, so on. But I think that's the big thing, injector pump.
There's definitely an issue with some of these not closing properly and some swelling on these doors. Oh no, that's the fridge. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, some things just aren't opening or shutting properly. I don't know what we're gonna do about that.
Reminds me of high school. Need a couple screws to get it together now. So whenever they broke into the van, they apparently broke the door and broke the window. And the guy, Richard, that was nice enough to tape it, fixed the door for us. So now we need to get a window. But they got in here and they stole the radio, which tore out this plastic piece. This piece I just put back on. So we got some duct tape and super gluing to do. Well, that needs to be fixed. Alright, I have to pull this carpet up because it is soaked and I'm scared of what I just found underneath it. So follow along for the adventure. Yep. Floor pan's rusted out. It's done. It's over. It's cleaned out. Damage is assessed. It's a lot worse than what we thought, but we may be able to save her.
Yeah, it's amazing what a few years of sitting can do to any vehicle, especially in Florida where we have salty air. Definitely have a lot of rust damage. When you pop up the top, the canvas is now got holes in it. I guess because the seal had fallen off and hadn't been put back. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of rust damage in the floor bed.
Yeah, floor pans are gone.
The floor
shot.
pans. Yeah, we really need to sit down and make a list of all of the urgent things that need to be done, as well as all the aesthetic things that need to be replaced. There's a lot of little things like the little visors, the paneling on the inside, a lot of that is pretty shot. And a lot of this stuff we know that we can go to places like Bus Depot and some other retailers online and we can replace a lot of these things. And it's not hard to do, it just adds up. These pieces and parts aren't cheap. You often pay for shipping as well, and it's just gonna be a lot of work. We are considering doing the work ourselves, but we're also not ruling out the possibility of just taking it to someone who does like complete restorations. And maybe we don't do a complete restoration, but we do a lot of things at once where they can take it apart, they can paint it, they can put in all the new pieces and put her back together, and it'll be a whole lot better than it is right now. So that's what we're looking at. So we've got her pretty well cleaned out. We accidentally ruined the shop vac, so we kind of had to stop with the vacuuming. And there's more cleaning to do, definitely. I think next time we'll be doing the exterior and getting it washed down so it at least looks good on the outside, and then we'll probably start jumping into the mechanical problems and the restoration itself.
I'll see if I can get it running.
All right.
At least we can drive it around looking like crap.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Mean ass goddamn woman.